しょう。されど美しくあれ。のテスティにふさわしくない。こんなんじゃきっと物足りないくらい語っとけばうまくいく。物金愛こともう自己顕示飽きた。レジャブ何かそんな不満なんだ。散々わがまま語っといてこれ以上他に何がいる。そんなところも割と嫌いじゃない。もう聞き飽きたんだよそのセリフ。中途半端だけは嫌。もういいやしてこうして言ってたって愛してどうして言われたって遊びだけなら簡単で真剣交渉めちゃくちゃで思いもしない重い言葉何度つばい降らせるか。どうせ期待してたんだレキレスでもいいよだけのフレーズもかかと持ち上がる言葉ダメにして空気を読んだね触れないでよ。
All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and traps, to the Otaku Talk Anime Podcast. I'm Theo, and this is episode 8 of the Otaku Talk Anime Podcast, and I'm joined alongside my two boys, my fellow bronies.
Yes, I'm fellow Brony number 1 this time, I guess.
And I'm
But
fellow brony number 2. Colin is here. He just something literally came up as I started the stream, so he'll be back like a couple minutes into it. So don't worry. Your least favorite, I mean favorite, your love to hate host will be on in a few minutes. I don't know when, but yep. So
yeah, so when you hear somebody talking about the Joestar family, you'll know Colin is back. But
yes.
until then, let's talk about actual things.
Yeah. So before we start jumping into things, follow us on Twitter at OT Anime Podcast. I tweet things occasionally. I think I'm gonna say that every time. I tweet things on there occasionally. That for like the past couple episodes.
It is definitely occasionally, but there are some interesting things sometimes.
Yeah. And
And
if you follow me, you might see follow the account. You might see some of the anime girls that I like on the account because I'm too lazy to go onto my actual Twitter account to like the tweets. But I do sometimes like if it's like really like I need to like this photo, I'll copy the link and then open it up on my actual account and like it. And also you can follow us on twitch.tv/Otaku Talk Anime Podcast. And if you look us up, Otaku Talk Anime Podcast. Oh, it's so long. On YouTube, find us there. And we're also on Anchor.fm. That's the host channel. One of these days I'll do like the sponsorship that they give all the podcasts there. But it's not worth it at this point. So, what are we going to talk about in this episode?
Well, our topic for this week is anime that we would like to see official hentai for, and some shows instead of having an official hentai, just an uncensored episode or two.
Yeah.
Because some shows, there's already something there, and you just want to see what's actually there. So just take out those censor bars or whatnot and let her rip.
Yeah, this topic idea came to me whenever the show that we're going to be talking about today announced that they were releasing a uncensored, like uncut version of the first episode, which contains a sex scene that what I think it was in the manga. I don't know, but
It probably was.
they
But
just jump skip to. Uh, so and I looked at the screenshots of that. I'm sad that it wasn't out whenever I decided to watch this weekend. So yeah, the show where if you're caught up on anime news, you probably have heard of this special episode. We're going to be talking about the anime from the winter 2019 season. Very it's a pretty controversial show. It's Domestic Girlfriend or Domestic na Kanojo. So,
I can see
it's going to
it's definitely controversial there.
like
Oh no,
people were talking about it.
I would hope so. There's definitely a lot to talk about.
I think it will be a very interesting discussion because I've got a thing or two to say about it. And I'm sure everyone else has a thing or two to say about it.
I
So,
know I certainly have several things to say about it.
so before we jump into our topic, I'll just I'll read what Colin's watched since last episode also, but so the anime that I have watched since last time, I'm not going to put my like seasonal shows on here like Colin, but I've watched the rest of the important Garden of Sinners movies. Like I didn't watch the ninth, 10th one because those aren't actually really important apparently. I'll probably watch them at some point, but I'm just I think I've done good for now. And then I decided to embark on a journey that is probably going to take me God knows how long to uh, finish. I started watching Fairy Tale. Yeah, the shonen show that people people don't seem to like, but see, not going into it for the action. I'm going into it only for the characters and the fantasy elements. So I've enjoyed that.
Honestly, Fairy Tail's a pretty good show.
Yeah,
I mean, I might start
if I was a
watching it again.
shonen junkie, then maybe I could see why. Because yeah, it definitely has its shonen tropes, but it's a show I don't really like shonen shows, and I've been able to bear it. So and the only other thing that I did was I watched Domestic Girlfriend. I watched it, started it, watched the first 6 episodes on Friday the fifth, third, and then finished it on the fourth. So, oh wait, no, started it on the fourth and finished it on the fifth. So yeah, and then Colin, this kid, he tries so hard to hate Sword Art Online, but he's rewatched it like 50 times, and he rewatched the Aincrad arc, and I'm pretty sure he rewatched parts of like other arcs and parts of Alicization since the last episode. And then watched he put his seasonal shows. He's watching Shield Hero, the new Fairy Tale season, Attack on Titan season 3 part 2. He watched the first episode of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. He started We Never Oh, I guess that is called We Never Learn. Uh, and watched Nande Koko ni Sensei ga, or the beloved Sensei, why the hell are you here, Sensei? And then he watched all of the quintessential quintuplets. I might work if I need like if we need extra shows, I might work that into our schedule at some point. And then he finished Domestic Girlfriend
Hmm.
because he was watching that as it was airing, but then he like fell behind and then never finished it until this weekend.
And then as for me, I've had a lot of other things that I've had to do, so I haven't really had time to watch much anime. But I did watch Domestic Girlfriend for this episode. And then I'm also 4 episodes into Sengoku Nightblood, which is
Oh God.
it's something, all right. So yeah,
Oh.
that it's I don't even know what to say about that. It's
Oh God.
it's kind of bad. That's I
Kind of
guess.
bad.
I guess that's how I'll describe it.
Ugh, ugh. So, yeah, with that out of the way, let's just jump right into the main topic: anime we want to see official hentai for, or censorships for. And just a note, I really want domestic girlfriend dojin. So, if it to our Japanese listeners, to our Japanese dojinshi writers, please give us please the domestic girlfriend dojin, and not and please make them have ethical tags, not like rape and
You could definitely
prostitution or
you could
cheating.
you could definitely throw some unethical tags in that dojin, but please let's keep it clean here, folks.
So I just walked in and all I heard was that last statement of the listings of tags.
I'm asking for
saying
I'm asking our Japanese listeners for domestic girlfriend dojin because
Ugh.
there are none on in hentai.
Really? I find that
I-
really hard to believe.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean the show is new. So
and then we were saying which tags we did not want to have in our special
because
Or who's
they'll
too
give
much
it to
want
us
that.
and they'll be like prostitution.
I hope
And
it's not too bold of it.
It'll be unfucked up.
That's-
It'll
that's-
be fucked up.
My hope is that it's not, but oh well.
So,
So, Colin, just in time for us to start talking about the main topic.
don't worry. I read what you watched since last time for you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Very cool.
So
Welcome.
let's
Already
just
got
dive
covers
right
on my-
in.
Let's jump on in, guys.
So for the main topics, I guess I'll let the listeners know. In order to like make it slightly more organized, like I'm just gonna go through my entire list, and then Colin will go through his entire list, then Carson will go through his entire list, just so that we get to say everything on our lists, and we're not like missing turns and whatnot. And it's more organized because I've noticed that sometimes it just gets all jumbled up. So I'll just start. If you're wondering why my list seems to be in alphabetical order, it's because literally when I made this my list, I went through my Mao and just wrote it in as it appeared. So starting with the A's, I've got myself Amagami SS. And
Good choice.
this show, it doesn't it I really it's really good romance. And I think if there were some OVAs that could have, because it's a visual novel adaptation. Now, I don't know if it's like if there are any H scenes in the visual novel. I know that there are some scenes where it is implied, like heavily implied. Heavily implied. I don't know if there's like straight out, flat out H scenes in the visual novel, but I would like, because like almost I like every single girl in the show in Amagami SS. So if you could just give me hentai of most of them, I bet if I asked for hentai for if I said just at least one of them, they're gonna give me the one girl that like the worst girl, which isn't bad, but
What, does she have glasses?
no, none of them have glasses, thankfully. But it's
I
just,
still don't understand your hate for glasses.
hey man, what? It's the same reason why you don't like your girls to have dick. It's preference. So
both of you assume that's his preference.
Wait, hold on.
so yes, I'd like some hentai OVAs for Amagami SS, and then the next thing on my list was Asagao to Kase-san, which is a little like hour-long movie. It's a nice little cute, sweet shoujo ai, and I'd like a something like my favorite hentai. I don't remember the full name, but I call it Sono Hanabira, which is just a nice, adorable Yuri hentai, but with a great story. So I'd like something like that, just make a little H scene. I'm sure the manga doesn't have any H scenes, but actually they could be. I don't know. There was like a scene that there it, like it was they were close, I guess. They can do something. I have faith. Whatever studio adapted that. And then the next thing I put was B got to HK, which is already close enough. It's already pretty close to being a really good hentai. There's like it. I guess it's uh, you know, if they fully adapted the manga, I would like a uncensored or like at least them showing of the goods being delivered. So for B got a HK, and then the next thing I put, because Bakemonogatari showed up next. I just put the Monogatari series in general because there's a lot of nice fan service moments, lots of them, like lots of them, like lots. And so I would really like if they uncensored most of them. And I would totally appreciate Studio Shaft. Give me an OVA. I get to watch Araragi and Senjo Gahara smashing. I'd like that. Like that. Also, I put this here for a meme. The toothbrush scene in Nisei Monogatari. If you're gonna uncensor a bunch of things, you might as well just make the toothbrush scene even more lewd, so that it adds things that have to be uncensored because they're fully clothed in that scene.
Very sad.
Why don't you make it not, even though that scene's already sketch enough. Like it's a notorious sketch scene, but I don't know. Some people might like it. I'm not gonna comment on whether I would like it or not.
You sick bastard.
Yeah, there are worse things.
I'm
joking. They're just exercising proper dental hygiene. There's nothing wrong with that. Like what a caring older brother, making sure his sister has clean teeth.
Wait, hold up.
Do you do that with you?
I don't, because I'm not a good big brother.
I may or may not have forgotten the fact that they were siblings. So I think they should probably stay clothed, but that's a personal opinion. Because I can say that whenever I brush my teeth, I am clothed.
I do recommend people watch that scene. It's just oh my god. Oh, it's so over the top and surprisingly erotic. It's a very memorable scene. So then the next thing is the Fate Stay Night series. Now, I know for a fact, because I've scrolled through Imgur albums, there are lots of H scenes in the visual novel. Lots of them. Now,
yeah, because aren't there like 8 visual novels or something?
Well, there's a visual novel for each route: the Fate route, the Unlimited Blade Works route, and the Heaven's Feel route. And each route follows like Shiro's smashing a different girl.
Daddy Shiro.
And so I don't need it to be adapted into the actual series, even though like they tried to make it like less, because it works into the plot. Like they have to smash because in order to like fuse magical circuits, I think.
Probably something like that.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But there's no way that they're smashing 50 times. Like, give me an OVA for each series. And you know what? I wouldn't care if Studio Dean did the one that that would follow him smashing. I'll take that because I'm more interested in the one that would have a Miss Rin Tosaka.
I
Fair
need to
enough.
step away for a moment. I will be back though.
Okay.
That's alright. We still have plenty to talk about.
And then the next thing I put on my list was Keijo.
Keisho.
And
Alright, let's go.
I don't need a lot for this. Just uncensor some things. And when I mean like uncensor, I mean just get rid of some of the convenient censorship.
There definitely is some convenient censorship that could
Oh yeah.
entirely just not be there.
Like some strands of hair go to a different position.
Yeah, strands of hair always do have a very convenient way of falling exactly where they need to go, don't they?
Yeah. So just make that not happen and I'll be good. And if they really want to get get like get freaky, give us a Yuri OV.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how likely that one is. But
Yeah, that one's not likely at all, but none of these are going to happen. So,
you're not wrong.
and then next one I put was Kill La Kill. I don't need Thai OVAs. I just want some uncensored things.
It's true. There also is some convenient censorship in Kill la Kill.
Like most of these
previously taken away.
most of the censorship things, like it isn't like the beams of light or the logo of the show covering things. It's just like cans of Coke covering things or hair. Speaking of cans of Coke covering things, Neon Genesis Evangelion. I was like, I really want a hentai for this, like whenever I watched it, but then when making this list, I was like, I can't really see that working out. But if they uncensored things, and if in a like $500 Blu-ray set, they animate, the people who've seen the show will get this quote that I'm about to say. Don't put things in there. They adapt that scene. I'd like that. I'd give the okay sign emoji to that, because that was a memorable scene, partially because I was jealous, but also because I'd like to see. So Gynax, if you want my money, adapt that scene. Or it's not even an adaptation. Animate that scene. Show us that scene.
Have like a brief flashback with the in the redubbed version of that Netflix is doing.
I'm not gonna give specifics because that would be spoiling, but they could totally show what was going on. And once you watch it, you'll get what I'm talking about.
That's true. When it comes out in what, June, right?
Yep, June 21st or 23rd.
Sucks they keep delaying it if they were delaying it.
Nah, they're not. It's just I thought I knew the date, but I didn't.
Nah, fair enough.
Like I thought it was coming out in March, but I just pulled that number out of my ass because they said spring. I'm like, that means they're gonna give it to us in March. But when has Netflix ever been that convenient?
June isn't spring. That's full on summer.
It's the 20. If it's the 20, when's summer start?
Like, no, wait. Is it June 6th? Is it July 6th?
No, it's usually like June 20 something.
Well, because seasons only change on the equinox or the solstice.
First day of summer, June 20. It's literally. I'm all right. Hold on. When?
It's literally the first day of summer.
It's coming out on the first day of summer. Oh my god. That's their Netflix just lied.
Wow. That epic moment when you just get absolutely bamboozled by Netflix.
the only
When Netflix coon bamboozles you big time.
the only question I'm asking Netflix Coon is, where is my Carolyn today?
We'll see you in like 4 years.
I mean, they put Code Geass on there. I'm like, great. I own the first season on Blu-ray, and I don't really want to watch the second season ever again. Where's my Carol Tuesday?
You'll get it when you get it, and you'll be happy.
I'll be happy, but I'm sure no one will be talking about it whenever I get it.
Well, Yar har Fiddly D, a pirate's life where everything's free.
But I'd rather watch it on my television than
Yeah.
download every episode, put it on a flash drive, and then plug that flash drive into my PS4.
I really do hate pirating things. I really don't like pirating things. Like, if I could easily pay for, like, to watch shows, then I would do that. I would. But
Like-
sometimes it's just literally impossible.
Most old, like the only time I will ever pirate is if it's literally impossible to get my hands on it legally. Like even if there's like not even a DVD copy of. So, hello Colin, welcome back. So, next thing, Sakura trick. I'd like the same thing that I requested of Kase-san, just some nice, sweet Yuri hentai, like my favorite Yuri hentai, called Sona Hanabira, then a bunch of other things I forget. And now this next title, this one people might be like, but
I'm kind of like Nani over here.
But whenever you've done research like I have, I've got things that can back this up. So I put School Days. And if all your only experience with the series is through the anime, the only thing you could reasonably ask for is like
Please don't make me watch it again.
showing certain scenes, and but only like a couple of scenes you actually want to watch, because the rest of the times you'd like be like, no, please, no, I don't want to watch this.
Please stop.
So, but the H game, it's an H game adaptation, which means I've mentioned this before, but School Days adapts the worst possible ending out of 30 plus endings in the H game. So you can watch, and it's like an anime game basically. Like it isn't like a visual novel where the H scenes are just pictures, like you're watching it go down. You can watch like they could have adapted. I've only seen like one of the H scenes from the hentai game because I was curious to see if you were allowed to stream it on twitch.tv, and so I looked at like a VOD, and there was definitely a scene, and a scene that never was anywhere close to happening in the anime. So if they could adapt some of those, like just they have like 50 School Days OVAs, just adapt some of the H scenes into OVAs. Like they have nothing to lose.
I mean, at that point, you may as well just play the H game. Like,
well, yeah, but you have to put time into the H game to get to the sex scenes.
That is true.
All you gotta do is
sometimes you gotta hurry.
All you gotta do to watch the OVA, the H OVAs, is to just pop that bad boy into a DVD player or go to a hentai streaming site, and you're good.
That's fair. I'll give you that.
And all right, School Days. And then the next thing I put was Strawberry Panic. I think that there could be like this one's kind of a reach. I think there could be some interesting hentai OVAs for that.
I mean, I can kind of agree with you there. I mean, if it was if it was done well, I think there could be some interesting.
I couldn't see
variation.
I couldn't see Madhouse doing it.
Well, I don't. Yeah, because Madhouse is
Madhouse doesn't do
respectable.
anything, and Madhouse doesn't do anything besides make shows that people don't like. They'll make like a couple shows that people will watch, but then they'll make like for every show people will watch, there's like 3 shows no one will watch. So, but Strawberry Panic is one of those shows that nobody watched,
No, that's because it's super obscure.
and it's like it's like older than 10 years.
Yeah, didn't it come out? Wait, didn't it come out like 2006?
Let me
something?
see. Straw. Oh my
guess
god.
2006, but
It came out in 2000. Wow, right on the money. 2006.
dang.
Spring 2006.
That epic moment when you start seeing enough shows to just understand from the basic animation style what year it's from.
I also see that, and it's very sad to a certain extent.
Yeah. All right. The next show I put was a show called, like, this show's pretty obscure. No one's really heard of it. Like, I've never heard anyone mention this show. It's called Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online.
On lean, so we like Lil Yachty.
No. Okay. And so, all right, for Sword Art Online, every people know what this beloved chapter 16.5 is.
Oh,
If they can
fantastic
if they can just adapt that into an OVA, but cut out the glopping semen, then as 2 years of semen flowed into
Okay.
Austin.
All right, you don't need to
we
relive
don't-
the
we
dojo.
Is
We
there
need-
family in the next room?
Making a glopping noise.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't want to think about glopping noises right now.
That's like the cringiest part of the whole thing, but
well, I would hope so.
but that chapter's what got me into Doshin when I read that. So I'd really like to watch that. I'd like to see that animated. So
That's
please,
fair.
please A1
Because-
Pictures, you will make so much money from that. I know
It was
you
so
will.
pirated. What are you saying?
Yeah, but they'd still make a lot of money off it.
If they sold it, if whenever in like 30 years, whenever Sword Art Online, the whole series is completed, if they did a whole series like Blu-ray bundle with a special feature, a special OVA, chapter 16.5 OVA, that will sell out immediately.
Well, I mean, you'd think that they could have like a disc of special features. Like you have 16.5, then you have like an HOVA for like the Gun Gale arc, and then you could have like one for Alicization.
I don't want one for the Gun Gale arc though, because
I
it
mean-
probably wouldn't be with Austin.
It would probably be poorly done. You're right, but I don't know. Maybe some people would like to see that. I mean, I'm not saying that would be me, but I don't know.
He's saying it would be him.
It would have to
I'd say- I'm
work
not
in
saying
the canon of SAO, so he couldn't be smashing Sinon.
Why not?
I don't want to really be smashing Sinon anyways.
I don't care who the fuck he smashes, unless as long as it's not Suga.
So
Well,
you're fine with him smashing
Okay, wait, no,
Silica?
no. You took my words out of context. I forgot that
I've
character existed.
I've made a horrible mistake.
the only person I want Kirito smashing is Asuna.
Silica.
How about no?
Wait. Is that not what we were agreed on?
I'm
Maybe
gonna
that's
say
what you
no
agree
to
on.
that.
Fuck. Am I going to jail?
Yeah,
Maybe a little bit.
Shit.
you're going to jail, bud.
No, not again.
FBI Kun, this is a joke.
All right, and I only have one more thing. I have I don't that people might think when I say magical index series, I'm including Railgun. There's really nothing in Railgun that could be uncensored because that show is not ecchi at all. But it's other series that's I don't know if I call it a side. It's just in the same universe but different characters. Certain magical index. That's the one I don't like. I love Railgun but hate Index, but that's because Index is like a super ecchi harem show, and
So why do you hate it?
because I watched Railgun first, and so I had all that high expectations, and
That was your first mistake.
then I go to Index, and it starts off fine, but then second season is just bad, and this third season, oh my god, I actually dropped it, and now that it's finished airing, it has like a 6.8. So yeah, but one of the things with Magical Index is all of the girls are fucking hot, or all right, most of the girls are fucking hot, and most of the girls are naked, but there's some little pesky thing covering essential parts. So if you can like release a version that doesn't have that and you can see things, then I think JC staff will be able to afford to make One Punch Man look better.
Fair point.
I would probably, well, if they did that, then it would be Funimation who gets to release that, but
that'd be kind of hilarious. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, so that's my list. Now it's time for
my list.
Yes, it's time for Colin.
Don't worry, my list is much shorter. So like, I didn't put as much thought into it.
Oh, interesting on your last one that I see.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought of that one like at the end of it, and I thought, why not?
So just start with you. Just start going.
Okay. The quintessential quintuplets.
I can dig it.
Yeah, do I need to explain why?
I'm sure many people will back you on that. I haven't seen the show, but I can back you on that.
Yeah, I've seen some of the characters, and I'll back you on that.
I've seen all of the
recently
characters.
Here's the question. What kind of arc is it gonna take? Is it gonna be 1-on-1, 1-on-2, 1-on-3, 1-on-4, 1-on-5?
Are some of the sisters gonna be getting it on with each other?
I don't want to answer that, but I definitely have an answer to that.
Fair enough.
I mean, I do
I'm
too.
sure you can guess what my answer would be on that.
Yeah, your answer is absolutely not, because that is...
You're a wholesome Christian man.
Yeah.
I did get confirmed, so yes.
So that automatically
trumps everything else.
All right. Well, as long as we're clear that you're a wholesome Christian man.
Yeah, that's why I watch harem shows. And okay. So the quintessential quintuple, of course, because that show's amazing in such bad ways. I've added season 2 on my list. It recently was announced. I don't know when it's announced for, when it's supposed to air. Probably next year.
Yeah, I don't know when. It's not been announced.
It's not like a huge production. It's not like AOT 5 years in the making. Fucking.
It'll probably be like next spring.
Probably, fucking bastards. Hopefully next winter. But second show on my list, Franks.
I did have this on my list, but I let Colin have it, so.
Yeah, Darling and the Franks. No, like, maybe, like, just an OVA of, 02, and, like, doesn't even need to be, it could just be, like, Ichigo, it doesn't need to be...
I put just uncensor some things and maybe have some OVAs where you see some of the couples, riding the Franks, if you catch my drift. Riding the Franks in the bedroom.
It doesn't even need to be Hero. It can just be Ichigo if you so choose, but yeah, 02 especially.
Wait, by that do you mean like 02X Ichigo, which...
Yeah.
Oh, I totally watched that. I like tweets
Yeah.
where that's happening.
I can neither confirm nor deny that I've seen things like that. And next show is this one's kind of weird because I haven't seen this show in a while, but I remember it had a lot of potential in the character development with H. That's Akame ga Kill.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Aniki X MC Kun.
God, no.
What's wrong with you?
Colin, I'm glad that you brought that up, Colin.
What's wrong with you?
Oh my
No.
God.
No.
Aniki.
No, I just want Akame.
I thought you liked mine.
No, I
Who
just couldn't
in their
remember the
right
show's
mind
name.
likes
No,
mine?
no,
Like,
fuck
there's only
mine.
2 people I know who like mine, and that's because
I
I
thought-
liked Akame, and we watched
I
it
thought-
together, and I'm like, oh, this bitch's name is not Akame, so get the
Wait, no,
back up.
weren't you roasting Colin at some point for liking mine over Akame?
Probably is a meme.
I roast I have friends who like mine.
Oh,
Over Akame.
I thought Colin was
like this is one of Akame's picks on Mel. Like you can't say that you don't like this
Yeah.
character.
Oh no, I saw it recently.
After rewatching Akame when I first watched it, this was like early days of my degeneracy.
Damn.
Like I was like not as hardcore and chiseled down as I am now. So I couldn't appreciate the bikini pictures. I couldn't appreciate what the show was offering me. And hentai has nothing to offer me. Like I'm pretty sure the only doujin on in hentai for Akame is like Leone, which don't get me wrong, she's pretty good too. But I want some my Akame.
Yeah,
Maybe even a
I
little bit of
agree.
Esdeath, you know.
I completely agree with you.
I can respect that. I can respect his death. I might watch that. I could be convinced.
Yeah, you know, Akame ga Kill. Yeah, that is a good one. I didn't think about that one.
It is an untapped potential.
Many
So,
many
like,
attractive.
Untapped, and by untapped I mean people are definitely thinking about tapping it, but
Now my fourth one, this one only has messed up versions of it, and I want some nice vanilla versions. Fairy Tale, please. I don't want to see Lucy be.
Yes,
just really don't wanna
I hate going on in hentai looking for Lucy, and then like the only one that I'm able to actually look at is untranslated, and it's like a 3-way.
Yeah, so like, can we just make some nice ones and not like, can we just be regular human beings for like a split second? Please, I'm begging.
Like Lucy does not need to sell her body.
All you sick fucks out there, I'm one of you too. So just please stop. Stop being a sick fuck.
Prostituting your waifus is not cool.
No.
That is a good
bueno.
quote.
We should come up with a catchy saying for that and just try to coin it.
Prostituting your wife is not good. And Christ. Okay, my fifth one. It's more popular by its actual name, Ano Natsu de Mataru, or Waiting in the Summer. Mataru, or Waiting in the Summer. Yeah, this is the alien one, of course. Ichika, and it's kind of some shite.
This show's not very popular.
It's not that popular.
I've like never heard anyone talk about it.
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
MC is muy bueno in that regard.
And whenever I photoshopped her without her glasses, I agree.
Did you really have to go that far?
I did, and I thought I did a good job with it. Well, I have the picture still on my computer. I'm gonna send it.
Hey, Carson, do you really think that the glasses take away from this picture at all?
Hold up. Let me look.
Oh, you're gonna bring out. All right.
No, I think the glasses add a little something actually.
I also think that too.
All right.
But I don't have a thing against glasses.
That's her width, and then hold on, and then I spent like 5 minutes on Photoshop.
I don't know. Honestly, I'm kind of digging the glasses.
So am
I'm
I.
not gonna
I'm
lie.
digging the glasses.
I'm not gonna lie. Although I definitely see what you mean without glasses.
I mean, I guess. I dig the glasses. I mean, I guess I also wear glasses, so like
I mean, I
and
wear contacts.
the person who I'm currently interested in also wears glasses, so I guess like okay. But yeah, so that's mine. It's not a popular show. I would recommend watching it too. It's kind of shite, but like it's a fun watch.
Like I've heard of it. It's just I've never seen anyone talk about it.
Okay, the sixth one I'm kind of hesitant to keep on it, but I'm just gonna say it because why not Bleach?
I'm sure you can find
That-
Dojin for that.
Oh,
You
can.
definitely
you
can.
Here,
you
I'll
can,
I'll
but, like-
search. I'll search for some right now.
Oh, we're looking for ones that don't have any.
Yeah,
or
that's-
like ones that we. Oh my god, I'm retarded.
No, no,
don't.
no, no. Like we were doing like official. Like Dojin is not official. So we were
like, I
just
want official, like
yeah.
you know some
Us begging for Dojin is like unrelated.
like Orihime and Rukia. Orihime in general, just please, I'm begging. And my last one is Sakura. So, Theo, what is your opinion of this one getting one?
Well, I did read spoilers for the light novel, and I guess I could see how they could do it. I think they could definitely maybe uncensor a few things. But I don't the show is too I think the show's a little too wholesome for some hentai.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
like,
it does have its fan service, but like the
they're not
the characters are
summarized,
too the characters are too wholesome.
Yeah, I guess. Fucking pure bastard.
Oh, like actually, there's that one the best what I thought was like best girl of the
Nanami?
no. She was like
Misaki?
completely out. Yeah, her. I wouldn't mind watching her and her husband. Yes. Or
Okay,
Yeah.
well that concludes my
Understandable.
list.
All right. So my list is kind of the shortest right now.
and Carson's gonna start with a very controversial one first.
It is pretty controversial one. So Kobayashi's Dragon Maid is
Like,
is
why do you want to
my
see
first-
Kana put in something like that?
all right. Okay. Let's just make this brutally clear. Kana should not be touched in any way unless it is a gentle motherly hug.
What about a pat on the head?
Okay, yeah, that's also probably fine. But no, no, all of her clothing stays on. She stays as a child because just no.
Obviously,
Carson,
obviously, I don't want to have
I'm
to
not-
say it. I don't want to say it,
Then don't say it.
but you're a sick bastard. Belong
Okay.
in prison.
Oh yes, I'm sorry for protecting the innocence of children.
No, you clearly. I know why you put this on your list. It's okay. Like, fine.
All right. Okay.
Why would you send
That's
that, Theo?
fine.
Theo, why would you?
That's fine.
Why
I'll
would you do
just
that?
So
I'll
that
just
so that
pretend
people
like my
don't think
character isn't being attacked.
so people don't think that I sent him looted Kana pictures. I just sent him a picture of an adult Kana that people drew.
Oh yeah, I guess that could kind of be taken out of context as you said.
Yeah.
It's like how I just went. Why would you do that?
Why? I don't know why you did that. Whatever.
It was
You
just
don't
it was
comment
just
on it, Carson. I know you want to.
it was just a picture of adult
Alright.
Kana.
You sick fuck.
It's well
Yeah.
drawn. Like it looks like actual character, just older.
Yeah, that is fair. I guess.
And
I
that's
will give you
all I've
that.
got to say about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You best keep moving on.
yeah. I'm really trying to, but y'all are dragging it back.
Okay, talking
Um,
more about Kobayashi.
We're done with that.
Oh,
People who've seen it probably get what I'm talking
Oh, I
about.
totally watched Toru and Kobayashi-san. Heck
Oh, yeah.
yes.
100%. All right.
Now what
sec-
about Quetzal whatever her other
Yeah.
name was, Quetzalcoatl and the little what's the term, Shota boy. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no. I'm also okay. Why the fuck do you bring up children?
I'm just.
This is not
I'm
something we should be
joking.
talking about children for. God.
We should not be discussing.
Now
children.
Y'all are
Toru
pigs.
and Quetzalcoatl.
I don't have a problem with that. That's
I don't have a
fine.
problem. I don't have an issue with that. I mean,
As long as they're adults, then that's fine. I don't have a problem with it.
so that's why he likes Yuri on Ice so much, because they're adults.
Exactly.
I've never
Bitch.
seen Yuri on Ice, so I wouldn't know whether they're adults or not.
I figure they are.
Well, probably because you watched it. You can
That's not
figure.
true.
I've
I
never. What is Yuri on Ice? Is that about lesbians on ice? Lesbians
Dude.
going to Antarctica?
This mad lad pretending he doesn't know when we have an agreement amongst us where if you spoil a show for someone, they have to watch Yuri on Ice. That has been, how long has that agreement been in place? That pact?
I don't
Like
know.
since the group started hanging out, basically.
Yeah. So for a while now.
So if I watch Yuri on Ice, does that mean that I get to spoil literally everything forever?
We'll think of some other fuck shit for you to watch.
We'll make you rewatch like Himigoto or something.
Yeah, we'll make you have a special.
That's only like 40 minutes of my life I'll have to suffer.
No, we'll make you.
Are you saying? Hold on. Are you saying that you want to watch Himigoto?
No, I'm not saying
you're saying
that.
he wants
I am
to watch
not
it.
saying
Alright.
that.
Power
Okay,
to
I
you.
guess
Power to you.
if you really want to, I guess I won't stop you.
I am not going to rewatch Hime Goto.
Alright.
Ugh.
Alright, let's get back up. Alright, so yeah, people who've seen Kobayashi probably know what I'm talking about. Second one is Heaven's Lost Property. You know, that they just have things, it is just served up on a platter. They could just, you know, uncensor some things and just really, really make some super easy OVAs that are just
I
like
agree 100%.
ready-made. Yeah,
I agree. I'm currently on episode 5. I agree
Yeah.
100%.
literally anybody who's seen Heaven's Lost Property is like, oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
I haven't seen this show, but I know that my favorite voice actress is the main girl. So
Yeah,
one of these days I'll watch it.
It is kind of sus. I'm not gonna lie.
I was extremely sus. Hey, Carson, I have a question. Who is best girl in Heaven's Lost Property? for you?
Obviously, main girl.
I mean,
If
we're
I'm
looking at
going
the main
in, it will say the
characteristics.
red-haired girl.
I'm gonna go with Zohara.
Sayori Hayami is the red-haired girl, so that's who I'm going with. Also, the red-haired
Yeah.
girl has some very plump, round.
I'm going Mitsuki because I find Mitsuki to be I don't know, I like her character the most.
Just looking at
That's
the
fair.
cover, I know exactly who the main character will end up with.
Probably no one considering.
Got a point
Yeah,
there, but
True.
I
Who do you
might have
think
heard
they're
that
with?
it's gonna end up with the red-haired one.
Which red-haired one? There's 2 red-haired ones. The one in the fucking revealing clothing.
Sora no Otoshimono.
First.
I gotta go to the first. I accidentally clicked on the movie. I mean, all right. The one the revealing clothing. The one with
No.
the one on the very left of
Yeah.
the cover.
Now my favorite is the one on the very right of the cover. But I also like the one on the very left. So like, it's just personal preference at that point. For me.
92 bust size. What the hell? What is this chick's? How? What? There's no way that she's. Okay, all right. This is something I'm gonna have to look into later.
You.
Oh well. All right.
I do not think Mal's 3 size statistic is ever accurate, because they'll say that characters, some characters that that are well built but are not like D cups are like bigger than Asuna, and I'm like, no way.
Yeah, no, definitely not. But yeah, that I think they're very easy to make some hentai OVAs from that.
Yeah.
Very, very easy.
From what I've seen,
Um,
yes.
Yeah. My third one is there's some parts of Overlord that could be uncensored, and that would make it a little bit more enjoyable to watch. I personally think Overlord is really funny. I understand that it's like a low key garbage isekai, but I personally think that it's kind of hilarious. Just because I think it's funny. I think
That's
it's
all that matters.
yeah.
It matters
You know,
if you enjoy it.
I enjoyed it.
So
I
if you
will
enjoy
admit.
Himiko, or
I I mean, you know what? If you enjoy
yeah,
Himigoto, you can enjoy Himigoto. I I mean,
yeah, I want to judge you.
I will
Himiko.
judge you a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but
Fine,
that's
it's
fine.
fine for you. We don't
I
judge you.
I would accept that same judgment if I was like, yes, Himigoto is in fact my favorite show.
Why does that only have a 6.04?
Gee, I wonder why.
Because
Yeah, no, and
people
then
like my boy Zolas exist.
hmm. All right. But anyways, then my last one is Kakegurui. They could very, very easily set up several situations, several OVAs that, also kind of just there. You've already got some, like, there's a crazy chick with the eye patch who's
Oh
like
my god.
just absolutely insane. That would be real easy to just little episode like 9.5 or something.
Oh
Something
yeah,
like
they could like add to a specific scene.
Oh yeah, there's a couple scenes I can think of. Since the whole aspect is gambling, I'd imagine there's probably some dojin
And,
about that.
oh, Yumeko is a goddess. Okay, she's voiced by my favorite voice actress Sayori Hayami, and she's just awesome to look at. And there is a very good dojin with her. So yes.
I
Oh,
would assume
free.
I'd assume Kakeru would have some good news.
But also, I think Kakegurui has a lot of potential to. There are a lot of fetishes that could be quenched with that show because
Yeah,
it's a whack show.
there definitely are some. I mean, I personally just kind of
Like I
take it as it is. I'm not a huge
it's
fetish kind of guy,
they're
but
they're
you
they're
know,
not my thing either, but I think that there is potential to have
oh yeah,
some persons.
lots of potential for you could please a wide range of H fans with some of the stuff that you could very easily add. Not saying that they should or that they shouldn't, but it is what it is, and that is life. And then yeah, no, I also was thinking about stuff like SAO, Kill la Kill, Kaijo, Akame ga Kill, and just other shows like that, you know. But yeah, that's I guess that's unless anybody else has anything to say about shows that we want official age for.
Actually, for Domestic Girlfriend, a future volume of the manga, this next volume, they're uncut episode 1. Give us for a future volume, why not give us uncut episode 11? Yeah, that's a good
Ooh,
idea, Studio Dio Media or Dio
I
Meta.
would I would
Dea.
also I would watch episodes 1 and 11 again if they were uncensored.
Yeah. So that is the topic. I hope you guys are not too aroused listening at home.
I'm upset. Oh, wait.
I'm sure you can find, even if they're not official, I'm sure if you go onto Hentai, you can find Dojin for most of the things we mentioned, except for
Probably.
Fairy Tail. Well, I mean there is stuff for Fairy Tail, but
It's
Cover
not.
your
you
cover
you
your
might you
eyes.
might be disappointed like me. Also for
Or
Fate Stay Night,
or
a lot of it's
or
really
off-putting.
disappointing.
Well, I think by disappointing you mean off-putting, but oh well.
Yeah. Well, there's like 700 Rin Tosaka doujin, but like all of them are messed up.
Well, yeah, that's
So.
because it's way easier to make messed up stuff for Fate Stay Night, just
Ah.
because
Okay.
that show is not a pure show. There's very little
But it's
pure
not.
about
But
that
it's
show.
not like not a. It's not a tentacle hentai show either.
I mean that. Well, I mean, I can think of a couple scenes that
Okay,
are
yeah, actually.
basically that.
Yeah. Okay.
If we're being honest with ourselves,
There are some sketch scenes.
there's some big sketches, but yeah. So that's none of I don't think any of these will ever get
Oh,
any kind of
none of these
official.
will. None of these will.
Absolutely none of them. But
Like, I maybe the domestic girlfriend one I mentioned at the end would happen. That's like
maybe.
the most likely one.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
And
happening.
maybe like if School Days one day gets a reboot. Oh my god, that would be hilarious. If School Days got a reboot, but they didn't they adapted like an actual ending. And so people are going in expecting to this reboot expecting like the original School Days, but then
it's like the most difficult watch.
Okay, I need this reboot. If we ever do a topic
what?
about reboots that we want, School Days is going on my list.
I would watch that reboot.
Oh, me too.
I think. God, that might be kind of hard though.
Well, even if they like, imagine if like Kyo Annie did it with their Violet Evergarden style. Oh my god.
Oh lord. Oh lord.
That would be, ugh. That would be something to watch. So.
Yeah, but yeah. So for y'all listening at home, if you want to tell us some things that you would like some official hentai for, we might get a sense of enjoyment talking about it. We talked about it. We thought it was interesting. Maybe you'll think it's interesting too.
Yeah, just comment it in YouTube video if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening in your car or at the gym or at your job, just shoot a tweet at OT Anime Podcast, and I will definitely I actually will respond because I have no reason not to, unless you're like, I really think Hime Goto needs a hentai. I'll be like, no, it doesn't.
I don't agree with you.
I believe you should stop speaking immediately. That's what
if anything, it needs less episodes. It doesn't need more content.
Can we just remove it from the database?
Can we just remove it from existence?
Can we snap it?
Go commit Thanos snap.
I hope all Hime Goto commits Scooter ankle.
Understandable.
All right.
All right. So that's first segment.
So now my little segment where I recommend an anime that is either older, not as popular, or is either not as popular as most shows, or is like might have been popular at one time but is older, so not many people have heard of it now, since like most new like modern day otaku are like don't know about shows from before 2013. So I chose this one's actually an OVA series. It's a 2-episode OVA series. That's like 40 minutes long each episode. It's called Electromagnetic Girlfriend, and it is a mystery anime that it follows this dude who is like a mistaken delinquent. Like, there's always those.
It's your stereotypical MC then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember these murders keep happening. Yeah, there's like stranglings and pictures of the murders are are showing up like on the internet, and so this dude, he's like the delinquent dude's like disregarding it, but then someone that he's close with gets murked, so that pushes him to try and solve this case. But there's also this strange girl that says that she is a knight from another, like from a previous life, that is like the dude is a king from in his previous life, and so she's like sworn to protect him. And so they I'm not gonna spoil that little thing, but so they go and try to solve the mystery. And it's really interesting. Like I thought it was really well done. And then like the second episode, it's about this cult that they cause misfortune onto others, because this cult believes that if they steal, or if they cause someone to be unhappy, they collect their happiness points, and that'll cause something. So that little mystery was interesting. It's a short watch. It's very interesting. I really wish it had like a full TV anime, because I would like to see like the girl who thinks that she's the knight is like adorable, and I would like to see a potential romance come out of that.
I'm intrigued.
So it's a short watch, edge of your seat. It's pretty gruesome at parts. Like it's not corpse party gruesome, but there's like people getting strangled.
Corpse Party.
Or corpse party is just like over the top. Like I was nauseous while watching that.
Doesn't need.
It didn't.
I guess that's.
It didn't need to be as gruesome as it was.
I guess that's his whole like thing. Is that
So yeah, electromagnetic girlfriend, or what was the Japanese name? It was
Denpon Teki no Kanojo.
Yeah, that's it. So yes, forget what studio did that. Doesn't really matter. So now it's time.
Brains base.
Oh, brains. Instead of making Spice and Wolf season 3, they made this. So this is where your Spice and Wolf season 3 went. Just
Darn,
kidding.
that's
but
unfortunate.
So
I'm just not gonna say it. It's fine. It's fine. I don't want it. It's fine. Just don't give it. Don't.
yeah,
I
we don't want
it
it anymore. We don't
It's
want it
alright,
anymore.
it's alright, you're not getting it.
Not like the story is fucking complete. Fucking.
It's not like there's like 15 other novels you can adapt. No. I don't need it.
I don't want it.
I don't need it.
No, like I really don't need it. I don't want it. I don't think it's important. I think
If they announced it, I don't even think I'd watch it.
I don't think I would either. I think I'd just say, "Hey, Theo, did you hear about this?" He'd say, "Yeah, lol, it's probably gonna be shit." I say, "Yeah, probably," and then we'd never talk about it again.
Like-
Add it to dropped. Don't even watch an episode, but just add it to dropped.
Like,
Yeah, I think
like
it'd be
why would I
terrible.
want to watch a show about a fox girl who is a reincarnation of a fox god? It's like there's no way that she'd be attractive. And
I'm
there's no way
begging,
that
please
the
just
main
make
character
one.
there's no way that the main character, Kraft Lawrence, would just be a mega bro, and there's no way it'd be a comfy show just roaming around this world talking about economics. Like, no, why would anyone watch that?
I'm begging you, please just make
I,
it
for
season
one-
3.
I, for one, will say that sounds very, very boring.
I will give up something important to do it out of season 3. I will give up Theo's life for season 3.
Whoa there, bud.
I will
This-
sacrifice his life.
Sacrifice him.
Okay. Let's see. What is something I will never watch? A show I will never watch. I will never. All right. If you give me All right, listen here. Like production committees in Japan, if you give me Spice and Wolf season 3, I will never watch the original Legend of the Galactic Heroes. That's how dedicated I am.
I'll never watch FMAB.
Well, you're not gonna watch it ever anyway, so.
Okay, fine. I'll never watch Berserk.
I don't. I mean, it's not like
I
I
won't watch Berserk either. I won't watch the
also won't watch
2016 Berserk.
I would never rewatch SAO, Planet, JoJo's.
Oh damn!
To that first one, we all know that's a lie.
And the third one also big lie. If you actually stopped watching SAO and JoJo's, they would production companies. If he does that, you would have to make Spice and Wolf season because that's all that man does.
You might have to give him Spice and Wolf season 4 for that.
Like,
And just don't give him season 3. Just give him season 4.
you guys know
There's like massive plot holes he doesn't understand.
Probably wouldn't even
Honestly,
matter, to be honest.
Probably
I
not.
only watch SAO and JoJo's. This is confirmed. Confirmed. Tell me something else I've watched. You want to know how many times I've rewatched SAO? I'm sure you don't want to know.
Like, what, 8? Is it more than?
But like I've watched a lot of standalone episodes too, though.
That's fair. Some episodes are good by themselves.
Oh, by the way, I'm really only discussing the Aincrad arc. Nothing else. Don't worry.
Oh, I thought you only watched the ALO arc, and then
yeah,
you'd
you
watch
can.
the Excalibur arc.
Yeah. For contrary to popular belief, Mother's Rosario is one of my least favorite arcs.
All right, there, big guy.
I dislike it.
The bar is set so low. I don't think that it was possible that whatever. So
Whatever. All right.
domestic girlfriend or domestic na kanojo.
Or DG.
This is an anime created in Japan by Studio Medea, which has made such critically acclaimed anime like High School DD Season 4,
Oh god.
Kodomo no Jikan, which translates to Child's Time, which I'm pretty sure is an anime about a little, like a second grader trying to seduce her teacher.
Not
To be
surprised.
fair, we all tried to do that when we were little kids.
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
This is
actually.
this is a little girl, and it's like an adult man. So
Those sick
one
bastards.
of their more well received shows. I haven't seen it, but like I don't hear people shitting on the show is Squid Girl. But they've also done the show that all of the waifu bots will post pictures of these girls from Hentai collection. I'm pretty sure this might be the Ship Girl show. No, that's
What's the show called?
Hentai collection. Hentai. Oh wait, this I'm pretty sure this is the Ship Girl show.
Is it actually?
Hold on.
I'm adding it to my watching.
Anthropomorphic battleship girls? Question mark.
All right. Yes, this is the anthropomorphic battleship girls.
Is it actually?
Yep, it is.
Oh my god.
And they did the show that Colin and I always guess in anime music quiz. They did Fuka.
They did?
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad.
And they also did it like their most like the highest rated show they've done is a show that I hate called Problem Children Are Coming from Another World.
I thought that show was. I thought like people were saying good things about that show.
It's just it's like a shittier version of No Game No Life. Like it's not like bad. It's just I didn't like it. I thought it was boring.
I see what you mean.
So,
I have something to say. My favorite show of all time. I've changed it. I gave the show an 8. It's Trapped in Another World with my smartphone. It's the
Very
highest rating I have. It's an 8. I love it.
Very cool.
8 is now the standard for best, and worst is like 6 now for me.
what?
All right.
So,
I don't know where that came from.
Domestic Girlfriend came out winter 2019 season, so that was like not that long ago.
It was like I finished like a month ago.
Yeah.
If Mal would like to work for me, I could fucking look at.
I can pull it up. It finished airing on March 30th,
March
2019. And the source material for this is a manga, which I feel this felt more like a visual novel adaptation, but it was a manga.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with.
Like I thought this would work as a visual novel.
Yeah, it would be a hard, difficult. It would be a hard visual novel to play though.
Well, yeah, but and the director for this anime is Shota Ibata, who not really done much directing work. Like his only notable directing thing is Girlish Number, which is not that notable, but he was a key animator for a lot of things, and the two that like popped out to me was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. He was the key animator for Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Damn,
but
alright, that's some big clout.
And because of this other show that he did, I thought it was funny that he did Domestic Girlfriend and Kiss X Sis as key animator. So,
alrighty.
So, and if you want to watch this legally, it's on Crunchyroll, High Dive, and since it's on both Crunchyroll and High Dive, it's also on Verve. So, yes. So,
Yes.
What did you gentlemen think about DG?
Well, I was gonna ask, what were your guys' thoughts going into the show? What were your expectations?
I thought that I was gonna be so stressed out by it that I would have to only watch like one episode at a time and then like go do something really happy for like half an hour and come back and watch another episode.
I thought it was gonna be complete shit.
Yeah.
And like I thought it was gonna be shite.
Yeah.
Was I really that wrong? No.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad.
It was. I don't know. I kind of liked it.
From an objective standpoint, was it shite? Kind of.
Yeah, a little bit.
So
but I kind of enjoyed it.
I
enjoyed it.
I went into it like I'd heard a lot about this show because I'm in like a lot of Discord servers, and this was like a hot topic show. Like this was like the third, probably the third most talked about show of the winter season, behind Promised Neverland and Kaguya-sama. No, I didn't see people talking about SAO because the only people watching SAO at this point are those who don't hate SAO.
Yeah, fair.
Because why would they continue? That's just wasting their time.
So
I was expecting enjoyable trash because most people were saying, this show's low-key trash, but I'm enjoying it. So I was expecting to like look back on it and be like, I enjoyed that even though it wasn't that great. But I also expected it to stress me way the fuck out while I was watching it, because when I watch dramatic romance shows like this, like I get super invested and then get stressed out. And because I had heard people talking about the show, I expected to hate the main character, but I looked at the girls and knew I'd probably like them.
Yeah, see, I'm not gonna lie. My expectation coming into it, I was expecting it to be frighteningly similar to Citrus and incredibly difficult to watch.
Yeah.
Thankfully, that was not accurate.
Yeah, I went into it thinking that the best case scenario is that this show would be like Kuzu no Honkai, or English name is Scum's Wish, a dark romance. But I thought the worst case scenario would be that it ends up like School Days, but not as fun.
I should probably watch Kozu no Honkai because I dropped it back in my early days.
Yeah, like I'm gonna make a few connections between this show and Kuzu no Honkai because I've got some things, and I was expecting to give this like a 5 or a 6, maybe a
I
7.
gave it a 6.
I also gave it a 6.
So now listeners at home, if you're wondering, you should watch this. I will say, if you like romance anime, I think you'd like this. Like
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, I'd say you would.
and if you want this show is like, while there are a few little anime moments, it's kind of, there's not a show that's like this. This is kind of a unique type of show. Like, I'd recommend giving it a watch. So, like, if you don't want to go into it with, like, if you don't want to ruin the experience, this is your time to step out. We'll see you next time. Maybe if you want, you can skip to after. It probably won't be much after we discuss the show, but we'll see you. We'll still be here. You can watch the show, then come back and listen to the discussion. Like that. It's whatever you want to do. But I think we're gonna hop into spoilers now. So
Oh
so
boy,
yes,
spoiler season.
it's spoiler time. So
spoiler time.
so if you don't want spoilers, get out in 3, 2, 1. Luke is the son of Darth Vader. Okay. All right.
No. You
God
bitch,
damn
we
it.
didn't agree. Okay, well, someone's watching Himiko too.
All
And
right.
Urine. So you have to watch both.
Yeah, you have to watch both because we know you enjoy Himiko too.
Okay. So, well, let's start off with one of these discussion things I wrote down. This one's gonna come off. Actually, I think this one probably won't be as heated as I thought it would be. Who do you think was best girl?
Hina.
I think.
Well, that was easy.
Okay. For sake of discussion, I will go with Rui because I also thought Rui was good.
I
also
think
thought Rui was good.
I
But
honestly
definitely,
liked all of the girls. I
I-
didn't expect to
Okay,
like
trapped in
Hina.
another world.
I didn't. Well, I don't want him to end up with all the girls.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But like, I didn't expect to like Hina as much as I would. Like, I expected her to be like a not very likable character.
Oh yeah, me too. But then, as it turns out, oh damn, I actually like her more than any other character because she's like super real about everything.
Like, I even liked the Gyaru character, and I never liked those types of characters.
Well,
And
not
for
a lot of
those
people-
wondering what a Gyaru is, that's like the Japanese word for slut, or like that's what they call like the slutty girls. Like,
I wasn't a huge fan of Momo.
well, all right. My only problem with her wasn't with her character itself. It's just how the show handled her.
Yeah, the show
Yeah,
handled
they
her
kind of
character
gave her
horribly.
to us and then made her do literally nothing.
Yeah, they barely even touch like her character at all. Like, you just know that, like, I thought they did a good job of letting us know why she tends to have date all these guys, even though she doesn't date them at the same time. She always has one, but it's just she's
Yeah.
lonely. And I got that. And I really liked whenever Natsuo was like, "No, I'm not gonna bang you. I'm gonna make you dinner."
I thought that was a poor decision on his part. Not gonna lie.
You know what? I gotta go with Natsuo on this one. I definitely think you made the right call there.
I think he made a very poor decision.
See, as somebody who has some semblance of morals, I think that he did the right thing.
Okay. Okay. We're going to my character now. And I'm playing myself. See, Momo has this thing called a nice body.
I'm not saying she doesn't. She
And
definitely did. My
I
jaw
believe it
was
is
open.
untapped potential.
Oh,
Untapped
she's
potential.
definitely been tapped.
No, not by Natsu though.
By
That's the
literally,
issue.
by
Not on
literally,
screen.
by literally every other character.
Not on screen.
Literally all of Natsuo's all his friends are like, "Oh shit, we're brothers." It's like, you probably should sleep with her because I slept with her, and then the other friend was like, "Oh shit, wait, me too."
Yes,
I thought that was funny.
but what's one last ride really gonna do to her like character? So why couldn't they just give us that? You know?
Because
if he did bang, I probably would have hated him as a character.
yeah, I would have
Really?
Yes.
started to see him as Makoto Itao.
Why would you hate him? Because he just thought with his penis?
Yes.
Okay.
Like
He's
so
literally
all right.
he's literally throwing away everything the show's like building.
I
Like the
could
show's building
I
his like devotion to
Hina.
Hina.
like him getting himself into that situation. I understood because I've seen Scum's Wish. Like I get that he just wanted to. He was depressed about his Hina situation, and he just wanted to get her off his mind. But he stopped before he went too far.
No, I hope you gentlemen don't truly think that I think that was the right decision for him not for him to smash.
No, no, I know
I know,
you're.
I know.
Now I would have enjoyed seeing it, but
They weren't gonna show it.
Yeah,
Lol.
those fucking bastards.
special OVA episode. What, like
Why didn't we add
4.5 question mark?
Yeah,
We could add a lot of H scenes to this.
yeah, you could. Like, no, I don't think that was. I think that he made the right decision.
Yeah, no, he did.
I-
He did. He did.
He most definitely did. But Momo was a very great character design.
Yeah.
Very great character design. Had potential to be like
lot of
an interesting little character arc, but I get they only had one core. You couldn't tell every story that the manga probably tells, but
Yeah, because
But
they
they
she
could have-
definitely has her own arc.
they could have
Like,
cut
even the
her.
girls that they introduced.
Yeah,
They introduced
could
a
have
new.
cut her.
Because they introduced like a new girl in every episode.
They
Pretty
could have cut
much.
her.
but
Like
they
they introduced a new character in every episode.
But to be honest, if you could have cut Momo and nothing about the story would have really changed.
Oh, yeah.
Literally nothing.
Literally nothing would have changed. It would have been
Like
just
there
as
would
good, as
just
bad.
just they'd have to come up with another fake excuse for Natsuo, like whenever Ru's like, "Where have you been going?"
Oh, I'm going to my bro Fumiya's house.
Yeah, but whenever he gets
Fumi
caught,
Arca
he'd have
tried
to.
pay along.
Yeah, that was nice. But a girl I thought was very underrated. I thought that the literature club girl was actually pretty cute.
I
Even
thought
though
that
her story route would be a little sus, but
her story is big sus.
Very big sus, but at the same time,
At the
It's
same time, it's
literally the
way
same
less
as-
Yeah,
sus than
yeah.
the main arc.
it's the same as the main arc. So
It's
can we really
less bad
judge it?
though.
The
It's
only-
less
the
bad than
only
the main
difference-
arc.
It's less bad.
but also I don't know. I think usually it's a little more sus if the adult in that situation is a guy, because that's
That's
just
true.
That's true, but still, they're like looking at it objectively.
Well, that's why they
It's
have it
less
in the
sus.
show. That's why they have it in the shows to like show that like yes, these relationships exist like both ways.
yeah. Like
At
I
least
thought
that
you
was like there
And-
was some deeper meaning to that.
and
And
Wano
the
was
guy- and the male teacher did not act upon it.
Well, he.
Well, he-
kinda-
all right. Whenever I thought high key thought he was sus. I thought he was
He's big
real
sus.
sus, but
He's
I
big sus.
think that was just false pretense.
I
Unless
also thought that.
like I thought did he was she really getting an eyelash out? But after diving into the character more, I could kind of
I can
I
see
could
it.
believe it.
I can believe it. I think that she's probably less sus than she's made out to be in the show.
Her arc is less sus than the main arc, though, considering they're not
They're not living together.
easily related.
um
Yeah, that that's the thing that I struggled most with about the show is because it's like, man, Hina and Rui, I can condone Natsuo being with either of them, except for the fact that it's fucking like faux cessed, and that I struggle with that a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do
Because
too.
that
it's
goes
like,
into my next topic is this an incest anime?
I mean, it's not, but but the fact that when they're like when Rui and Hina are talking about it, Rui's like, we're not related by blood. And it's like,
Yeah,
no,
that quote was all
really,
over the internet. I saw that
like,
screenshot everywhere.
you
Yeah.
have to. I mean, you have to say it, but like, can we just like
Can
just
forget that
be
they're related.
regular people, please? I tried aggressively hard to just like, yes, they met before, this whole whack situation happened,
It
and
honestly would have been better if the parents.
I wish that they weren't step siblings.
I never
That
considered
that's what
this.
made it challenging.
I didn't really care about the step sibling part because he was in love with her before they
I mean,
became
yeah,
related, and he banged Rui before they became step siblings. So
Yeah, but then,
I mean that's why I was okay with it. But the fact
but
that
you
they
gotta
had just like,
stop. You can't act on it once that happens. So once you become, you can't act on those.
well, I mean,
I
you
just think
can,
that is
they
I
do.
don't
Well,
think that is
you
fair.
shouldn't act on it. How
You
about that?
shouldn't. You shouldn't. You definitely shouldn't. But when your name is Natsuo, I guess you do.
I just don't think it is fair to criticize someone for having to completely change who they
And
love just because a last second out of nowhere bamboozle. So,
yeah,
I think
I
Theo just came out of the closet to us.
what?
mean, what?
I don't know. I don't.
I didn't
I
get that
don't get.
read
I don't
at
get that either. I
all.
don't know why I said that.
What does that even mean?
I
What?
don't.
Listen, what do you even say?
I'll explain. I'll explain. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know.
All right, that's fine, I guess. Whatever.
So, then I guess oh wow, we knocked out the I've put thoughts on the teacher on Kiria, the book teacher because but we already talked about that. Um who do you think will win at the end of the manga when all is said and done? Who do you
Really?
think?
Yeah, probably really.
Yeah, I you know,
I wanted to be Hina so bad, but I know it's gonna be Rui.
going into romance anime that have love triangles set up, I always I've learned to root for who will win because it's obvious to tell who's going to win. And
I
it's
mean, like,
obvious to me that Rui is so gonna win. Like it's so obvious to me. I've only in the past 2 years, I've only been wrong once when it comes to love triangles. Who would win? Um,
I've been
and
wrong many times. I've been upset about almost them all.
see, I just don't watch romance anime because it's not really my thing. I'd honestly rather watch like a nice action show because I like action or fantasy. But
Understandable.
I mean,
so
I did enjoy Domestic Girlfriend.
so
Um,
even though I knew Rui was gonna win, and my body wouldn't let me root for her. Like I wanted to see him and Hina still get together. I wanted to
that's
see
because
that.
that's because their relationship was like valid. It was so real. Like they were so honest about like how they felt for each other, and it was like it's so touching. But like it's like, damn, this is so problematic because of choices that other people made.
And like I thought I did like Rui's like development throughout the course of the series, her, learning that oh, I actually do like this guy. And then,
Yeah,
you know,
that's fair.
I liked that even though, you know, I just like all of them. You know, I now I see people like when discussing it, they're like, I just want a harem ending. I'm like,
I don't want
I don't want a harem ending, but you know, I can understand where those people are coming from. I just love all
Yeah.
the girls.
I can't hate on those who are like, yeah, harem ending. I don't want one, but also I wouldn't. No, I mean I wouldn't mind one, but like I would accept it. But
Uh,
I want it. I just want Natsuo to end up with Hina so bad. I just they could be so happy together. There's so much potential there,
yeah, like
but he, he's either gonna end up with Rui or like some other random person who
no,
isn't
he's
even
not.
in the
There's
anime
no
yet.
way. There's no way he's gonna end up with someone other than Rui or Hina. There's
That's true.
only two possible choices.
A
Or
third
if
stepsister
there's
enters the scene? Question mark.
if there's a third choice, the third choice is a harem ending.
That's true. It would automatically become a harem ending. You were right.
If you want to say that there's a fourth possible ending, there's an ending where he doesn't end up with anybody.
I can also very much so see
Whether that
ending
whether that
as an ending.
means he decides he wasn't going to end up with anyone, or he dies trying to save one of them, which I wouldn't be surprised. Like that's
I
that's
mean,
not like that's not like out of nowhere, but I don't think that will happen.
yeah. I mean, that's does seem like one of the more unlikely choices out of the possible endings.
But I wouldn't be like, whoa, no flipping. Well, I would be like that, but I wouldn't be like, wow. I could never have predicted that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, I mean, it's kind of show where like, as long as they give you at least like one episode before to think about it, that it'd be easy. Like this show is admittedly predictable. Like when I was watching it, I was like, oh, like I mean, shit, when we were talking about it at first, um, you were like, I remember like you were just like driving in your car,
Oh
and we
yeah.
were just talking about the show, and you were like, so yeah, I was thinking about the show for the podcast, Domestic Girlfriend, and then you explained like the very basic plot, and you were like, guess what happens next? And I was like, let's see. There's two girls, and let's see what's gonna happen. His father remarries and he gets two new stepsisters. Let me guess. Somebody he smashed before and somebody he really wants to smash. And as a matter of fact, that's the whole fucking show. It's very predictable, but also there are some things that are kind of unpredictable,
Yeah,
but in a predictable way.
like the premise itself is just it's that's like the most
It's
cliche
anime.
part. It's yeah,
It's
that's what
anime.
gives it, you know, the little kick to get it going. But other than that, like I could like I would be like something would happen. I'm like, oh, I think something bad is gonna come from this, but then something bad doesn't come from that.
That's true. That is something that I will give the show props for. Is that like with the literature club thing, I very much so thought that like the Kiriya or whatever the teacher's name was, that he was gonna like force Natsuo in the literature club girl to like have like a three-way or some
Oh
shit. I
yeah, you know
very much thought that was gonna
that
happen.
part was sus. I forgot about that part.
I was real stressed out about that part. I was like, "Oh shit, what is gonna happen with this? I don't like this.
Yeah,
I didn't
I
like that."
completely forgot about that part. That part, yeah, that part was actually sus. I had forgotten about that.
That part was so sus. I mean, like that's probably the most sus part of the show. But like but that was only like 5 minutes where that was even like possibly gonna be a thing. I mean, I personally didn't like the fact that like the female student liked the male teacher. I thought that was kind of sus. There's so many double standards for this show, and I feel kind of like an asshole for like just n- not respecting the double standards. But it is what it is.
Yeah, like like my big red flag, something that like whenever he this scene, I honestly would have preferred if this scene just didn't happen. Whenever whenever he catches her masturbating and says, "Shoo." I thought that
Yeah.
that would come back later to
Uh,
to screw things up, but it didn't, and I was
as a
so
matter.
goddamn happy. It meant
Yeah, no,
it
so
played.
sorry.
It was only a joke. It was used for a joke later on. So honestly, that scene was just for fan service.
That's true. That scene was entirely fan service.
And getting stressed, like I'm like, oh my god, when is this gonna come back? Like, because if this was like a normal anime, that would have come back and bitten something
Yeah.
in the ass
See,
later on.
there was a lot of things in the show that I thought were gonna come back. Like I thought that Hina and Shu were gonna like very much so get back together, and I'm very glad that that did not happen.
Yeah, I thought whenever Rui met up with Shu again,
Yeah.
like after Hina and him had already
Hmm.
broken up, I totally expected her to, because she was jealous. I totally expected her to take Hina's phone, call him, try to like get him to meet up, and then when Hina would see him again, she would be like, "Oh shoot, I've still loved you," and of course, Natsuo would witness it and then be heartbroken. Like I expected that to happen because that's what
See, now,
usually would happen.
yeah. See, no, what I thought was gonna happen was that like Rui would meet up with Shu, and then she would talk to Natsuo about that. And then Natsuo would feel super guilty, and then like Natsuo and Rui would like sort of construct a meeting between Shu and Hina, and then they would get back together, and then Natsuo would be super heartbroken, and then Rui would be there to console him, and then they'd probably have sex again. That's what I thought was gonna happen, but that didn't happen.
A
And
lot
I'm
of what I
glad.
thought would happen didn't happen. Well, besides, I had like a few little things that I knew were gonna happen because spoilers. Like
Mm.
well, of course I knew that him and Rui were gonna smash at the beginning. I knew that at some point he was going to put something in a wrong hole of Rui's, but that part wasn't shown in the anime. In the manga, during the suppository scene, he accidentally puts it in the wrong hole,
Yeah,
apparently.
I don't get why suppositories is such a big thing in Japan.
I don't know
Don't.
either. First
But
time I saw it in
whatever.
anime was the other week with Why the Hell Are You Here, Sensei?
That's the first time you saw suppository in anime.
Yeah,
I
maybe
guess the
there
first
might
one
have
I
been
saw
another
was.
one.
I mean, I guess the first one I saw was technically Bento, but God, that show makes no sense at all. But
And
whatever.
I also knew that Hina would walk in on Natsuo and Rui kissing.
Oh yeah, no, that was. That was just like even not having spoilers, just having seen. Oh, I don't know, any anime before that was gonna happen.
And I also knew that Hina and Natsuo were gonna smash at some point because I saw a screenshot of whenever, like, I jerked off to that later on.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I showed Colin that screenshot. It was like, you know, that's a spoiler, but it's a welcome one.
Yeah, that's fair.
And for those wondering, Colin is had to, I don't know but he had to step out or something. I don't know.
I think he's probably down for the count.
Yeah, so
I don't know what's up, but he's had some shit going on.
that's why he hasn't been as talkative as of the past couple minutes.
Because he's not been here.
Yeah.
But it's all right. It's all right. We can carry on.
All right. So, I wrote this topic: predictions for a possible second season.
Oh jeez. Well, I can't imagine them making a third season of this show. I could barely see them making a second. I mean, well, actually, no. There's definitely enough material for a second season.
There's like 230 chapters.
Yeah, and didn't they only
And
adapt like 30 or
I
something?
have no idea how many they adapted. They skipped a bunch of crap apparently.
Well,
So,
yeah, but I mean, in any manga, there's going to be a bunch of just useless filler.
well, they apparently like cut out characters.
Well, I mean, they did that a lot with anime, though.
A lot of the manga readers did not like the anime. They thought too much got cut out, but the very little that I saw that was cut out, like I'm kind of glad got cut out because I felt like it would probably just congest the story more and make me more stressed out.
Yeah, and I feel like the story didn't need to be any more congested than
Like-
it was. I feel like the flow that it had was good. I feel like it worked well.
Yeah, like I thought, I thought they could have gone. There's no way this would happen because I thought they could have made an anime only ending, but there's no way that would happen because the point of a manga adaptation of an anime that is still ongoing is to advertise the manga. So I knew there was no way in hell they were gonna give it an ending. So there's no way they. Hello.
Oh, hey, you're back.
Yeah. Why?
What?
You were cutting out there. What?
Wi-Fi crashed.
Ooh, that sucks.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Sorry for interrupting. Continue.
No, it's I was just talking about how I knew there was no way there was gonna be a anime only ending, but like they could have made a anime only ending that would have probably left a lot of people satisfied.
Now,
And
see, here's the satisfying ending that I wanted, and I'll let y'all talk about whatever. But see, here's how I wanted it to end: is that I wanted, at the last episode, I wanted Natsuo and Hina to have a touching reunion in which, like everybody accepts the fact that like Natsuo, like his feelings are so genuine, and that Hina's feelings are so genuine that like it just like it just wouldn't matter, and like they would just be like two normal people, and then Natsuo would like begin his work as a novelist, and that he would just live with Hina, and then it would be a good ending. That's how I wanted to end. I knew it wasn't going to end like that, but I really, really wanted it to end like that.
Now, I just have one fact checked for you there. Bold of you to assume women have genuine feelings.
well, all right. Speaking of genuine feelings in this show, all right. I told Carson this earlier. In the letter, whenever she left, there in the Japanese language, there are multiple ways of saying "I love you." There's tsuki desu, there's daisuki desu, which just means big like.
Big
I
like.
big like you. And then
I
I'm
knew
pretty
you
I'm
guys
pretty
would
sure
say
there are a good amount. There are like some more, but the one that
I
she
suppose so.
uses in the letter is aishiteru, which is not your run of the mill I love you. This is what you say to the person you're going to marry. Like if you tell your girlfriend, and if you're living in Japan, have a Japanese girlfriend, say aishiteru, you'll probably creep her the fuck out because that's what you tell your soulmate. Like that is not a light thing to say. As soon as in that letter I heard aishiteru like 5 times, I was like, "Oh damn." That is the big like.
the difference that it was not nice or whatever.
Well, I only know this because I study Japanese. I've learned that the difference between the multiple loves.
Mm-hmm. Understandable.
Does daisuki actually mean big like though?
Yeah, because I'm pretty the
Big.
kanji whenever you write it out in
Like.
kanji, you
By
put
that.
the kanji for big and then the kanji for like.
That's what I thought it was. Because I was thinking about that, like, just like after we had that conversation about Aishiru, I was like, pretty sure Daisuke is probably like big like, because it's not love, not really.
Yeah,
You know what? I big like women.
You ever think about big liking women?
So yeah. So I was we were talking about predictions for a possible season 2. Colin, do you have any predictions?
Uh, I think that one could most certainly happen. I think that he continues his work as a novelist.
Mm-hmm.
He goes on to college, right?
I could see that. Although he still has a year left in high school, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's second. Yeah, he's a second year.
Yeah. And I feel like for a second season, it would probably focus on. I think it would probably be a lot of Natsuo and really introducing some new characters. And then I think Hina would probably show up a couple times, maybe. Or no, Hina would
I
probably only show up once. Hina would probably show up once.
I think
And then that would be like a big thing.
I think that the season would start off. I'm real. All right. I'm gonna say this because I've heard rumors, and I'm curious. Okay, this might not have any merit to it. I heard that what they actually animated from in the special uncut OVA, it comes from a later chapter. I think it was chapter 33. Now, I don't know. That could have been a flashback to when they're banging. I don't know. I'm really hoping it's a flashback. I think it's going to start off with some Rui drama.
Yeah, I figured as well.
And then they're going to go hunting for Hina. They're going to find Hina. There's probably going to be some things being said. There's probably going to be some me wanting to throw up.
Understandable.
And honestly, he's probably gonna eventually get over Hina and realize he likes Rui, because I bet Rui's gonna take on that like super supportive role where like,
oh, for sure,
like the wingman.
I feel like Hina and Shu will probably get back together.
I don't want that to happen, but that would
I don't
make
want that
sense.
to happen, but that would happen. And like the literature club girl, and then the guy teacher would probably get together.
And Momo's gonna get with Fumiya.
Yeah, honestly, I was literally just about to say that.
That would be a happy ending.
Honestly, that wouldn't be that bad of an ending. And then Natsu with Rui. That honestly wouldn't be that bad.
All the bases are covered. I don't want
that ending, but
I don't want Hina and
that would be
all right, if Hina's not with Natsuo, I want her with me.
Well, see, I would agree with you, except for the fact that I think that she should be with me, but that's a personal opinion. So as long as we agree to disagree on that, I think that what we've just said is a logical route for a season 2. Just wrap everything up nicely.
That honestly that doesn't that wouldn't be a bad ending, to be honest. I just have to come to peace, because Shu, while he is cheating on his wife, that was shitty. He didn't seem like a horrible person.
But he did change, and he did actually finish through the divorce. And he was so considerate of Hina's feelings and everybody else's feelings that he didn't even say anything about the divorce.
Yeah,
except when Ryu explicitly asked him about it.
He wasn't like a sleaze bag. Like he
knew he was doing wrong.
He knew
Except-
he knew he knew he was in the wrong. He never forced anyone to do anything
Mhm.
that they didn't want to do. Like he was like, if she called me, I won't call her. If she calls me, that's fine.
Mhm. See,
So
I hated Chu at first. I'm not gonna lie, I
Hello,
hated him
boy.
at first. But then, hey, Colin. But then when he reappeared, it was like, you know what? Honestly,
he's
Natsuo's gonna
he's
end
a
up with Rui.
he's a redeemable character.
He's yeah.
Yes.
We're talking about how he's like after the first time that where he and Hina like broke up, how they redeemed, how he like started to redeem himself.
Oh, he is. Yeah. He's
And
a
like because Natsuo was gonna end up with Rui in the end, just because like
Yeah,
that's
like
what has to happen.
we
That
we came up with like probably the best possible ending for the series.
Did you guys hear it all my sequel one, or did I cut out when I started on that?
You kind of cut out.
I
Yeah.
heard some of it.
I
You
heard some
you
of
cut
it.
out whenever I was talking about chapter 33.
Yeah,
thought he cut out
I didn't
before
even
then.
hear about chapter 33. I didn't hear any of that.
Nah,
You
he
guys
cut
were
out
just
before then.
completely silent during it also.
Oh yeah, no, you cut out way before then.
Okay.
Hey, what, is your ping at like 6,000 again?
No, it's just the Wi-Fi is shutting down. Like
Fair
the
enough.
ping's fine. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, my prediction, if still can give one,
Yeah, go ahead.
is either A, I have two predictions. A, he is gonna go to university, just like study writing and all that,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna coincidentally be in the same town where she is
Mm-hmm.
working, and
I can see.
they're gonna meet up, like they're just gonna accidentally bump into each other like a coffee shop or something.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Or prediction B is that how the mother and father now know where she is,
Yeah.
Mhm.
that they're gonna end up telling Rui and Natsuo like eventually where she is, and
I
Rui's
can
gonna
see
like
that too.
beg Natsuo not to go because they're like going stable and everything, like, and they're a little secretive,
Mm.
and he goes anyway to find her, and he like
And then
writes on the way. He like abandons everything, just writes as he goes on this journey, and
So,
like lives a lot, like goes to her like in 2 episodes, like gets there and like starts a new life, and like all shit hits the fan, like Rui and family and all that.
mm,
so Carson and I came up with a good ending, and I had some ideas on how the plot would lead to the ending. I predicted, Rui drama, but then like help she would decide to she would take up the supporting, like the wingman role, and help Natsuo find Hina, and which would cause Natsuo to gradually develop feelings for Rui. And then the ending that we created was Rui and Natsuo end up together, Hina and Shu end up together. That's like the only part of the whole thing I'm iffy about. Um, then Momo and Fumiya end up together, and the teacher and Kiria and the girl end up together. And no, that's
no, I was gonna end.
I could see getting back together.
I'm not saying that that's
Momo and
guaranteed to be what happened.
Me,
I can definitely see that.
I could
I
see
can-
that as an ending. I could see like
Because
all the-
Fumiya, well, because they set Fumiya up as like a good guy.
he's a bro.
he is a
No,
bro.
they set him up as like a legitimately good
And
person. He's
she's like looking for a good guy now.
exactly.
She doesn't like.
Well, she was always looking for a good guy. It's just
Oh
that
yeah,
she
but
couldn't
she doesn't
find
like
him.
douche.
Her luck was just absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, no. Oh, okay, good. Oh my god, I got scared for a second.
Why? What happened?
Nothing. It was just silence. I thought I crashed again.
Oh.
All right.
No,
Also, one thing I haven't brought up yet is that intro. Holy crap! That intro was a poppin' intro.
that intro was pretty poppin'. You were right.
Like, I don't know if it's it's might be tied for my favorite of last season with the
Really?
Kaguya-sama intro. Like I really liked it. It looked really good. Like when the song had its like little drop, it was like, oh,
Yeah, no, the song's pretty good. I will admit.
I
it
liked it.
it did. I think there was a
The beginning
poll.
of it, the beginning of it kind of weirded me out though.
Oh yeah, but there was like a poll done in Japan, I think, and it or some awards in Japan, and it won the best intro of the winter season.
It was a good intro.
Yeah, I agree with Carson on the beginning was meh, but like after like that first couple seconds,
You know, after it's
Yeah.
like
The slow
It
parts,
is
and
great.
then
heartless.
the piano like starts kicking in,
I liked it. It's a good song.
Mhm.
and
It was a good
I
song.
would sometimes watch the outro because
I don't actually. I think I accidentally didn't watch the outro.
like I
did
usually
not.
didn't, but like some episodes I would look at how much time was left when I got to the outro and was like, is there gonna be something after the credits? Because sometimes that happens, and there's only
Yeah.
like one episode where there was stuff after the credits.
Yeah, but wasn't that just the last episode?
No, it was episode. It was the episode whenever uh Natsuo and Hina get together.
Wait,
Well,
there was
missed
something after the
that.
credits.
It's just the family walking back from the festival, and then him and Hina start holding hands and smiling.
Mm,
You're probably gonna have to go back and watch that.
yeah, you're probably right.
Um,
But oh well.
but the outro is actually, it looked good, and I thought it sounded good also.
I'm not a big fan of outros.
My
Except
favorite
for
outro of all
Shin
time.
Sakai Yori ED1.
Okay.
That
My
is
favorite
an
That's
outro.
an exception.
What's your favorite
My
outro,
favorite outro
Colin?
of all time is the Attack on Titan one, the season 3 part
Oh,
1.
that's a good one. That
That
is
was
a good
pretty
one.
Like I
Although
also like.
I don't, it definitely
the
doesn't
one.
hold. That definitely does not hold a candle to Shinsekai Yuri.
Yeah,
ED1,
Shin
though.
Sakai Yori ED1 is my
That's-
favorite.
That song is such a banger. I love that song.
right.
It's so good.
I can relate.
It came on in my car, and I was jamming.
Oh yeah, no, you you Discorded me about
Yeah.
that. You're like, it came on my car, dude.
As soon as I heard bum bum ba I was like, oh my! Like I yelled, oh my god!
Yeah, I would too.
Holy shit.
Oh, I just love that. But
So good.
so I guess we can start going to our final
Wrap up.
overviews. So I'll start with things I liked and things I disliked. Things I liked was not as predictable as most romance anime, more unique than most romance anime, does not contain as many cliches as I was expecting. While Natsuo does have his flaws as a person, most of his shortcomings are justified, and I thought he was a likable main character.
I agree.
I also agree with that.
Natsuo's harem was not as bad as I thought it would be. You know, most of them like
See-
they weren't all throwing themselves at him.
That was my biggest fear. Is that I mean, as soon as Momo showed up, I was like, they're gonna try to smash. But
Which, to be
then
fair, she did attempt.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then after
But-
that,
no, but like
nothing.
I thought, yeah, no, but I thought that you know, because they introduced a new girl every episode, I thought that every girl was just gonna like be part of this like sort of lingering harem.
Yeah,
But
so did I.
I'm very glad that that turned out to be very wrong.
Yeah. Then next I said Natsuo's passion for novels added depth to his character and the story, because whenever like the first episode when you see him noveling, I was like, oh, this is probably just gonna be some little cheap thing that like has very little purpose in the story that they're only gonna use for like at the end maybe. But no, it was reoccurring. So
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
blew
like
an
that.
expectation out of.
And they made that a focal point for both his character and like the plot as a whole.
Yeah.
Like,
his
the
relationship,
end,
like
like
Hina.
the entire last like episode is like
Right.
about him becoming a novelist.
Yeah.
And I thought that was neat. I like that. That's a good point though. That I did really like that aspect of it.
Yeah. Another thing that I liked, not as bad as I thought it would be. And I enjoyed the
Definitely
drama.
fair.
And
Definitely fair.
I expected this anime, or I experienced this anime differently than I normally would experience a romance anime, which I'll go into whenever I do my rating, because I've got a thing to say. And then I really want more. And then not just because the ending is super incomplete, just because like I got so invested. I just
Yeah, no, me too.
and
Yes.
I thought that it handled the taboo romance pretty well.
Yeah, I agree. They didn't do any like super sus shit.
Like the only
about it.
sus thing was whenever they was when Rui made mention of it. I was like, we're not blood related. That's the only thing that was
It's like you could just say like we're not related. We're just like kind of living together.
yeah.
Yeah, kind
It's
of.
like-
Like you've lived your entire lives separately, so like you don't know each other.
Yeah. All right. And now
Even
now
if
th-
you're not related.
this is when I get to the things that I dislike, which is not as much. I put minor production issues, like weird choice of songs for certain scenes. Like remember that scene whenever they run out after Rui throws water on Shu? They're playing some like happy Italian song.
Oh yeah.
I was
no,
like,
no,
I was
yeah.
like, why are they playing this song? And there were some awkward still frames, like Natsuo would be writing and his hands not moving, and
Oh.
in the
oh,
last
there's-
episode, whenever he's
noticed that.
screaming, like it's just him standing there.
Oh yeah. Also, I think it was in episode. It was in either episode 2 or 3 when Hina is arguing with Shu. And there's this like this scene where Natsuo was hugging Hina in the doorway, and it goes on for like 6 seconds and nothing happens. Nobody says
Yep.
anything. It's a still frame, and I was like, wait, is my verb frozen? What's up? So I was like, like going back like 10 seconds since like they're talking. It's like,
If you
okay, I
if you think still frames like that are bad, wait till you watch Eva. You'll learn about the elevator scene.
I know.
Um,
We've talked about this before.
So another like minor production issue. You know how in the first episode when he's talking to Dewey, he's like, "Yeah, when I used to be a 4 eyes and whenever I went to high school, I got contacts and a haircut."
Mhm.
But then whenever they go to his backstory when his mom died, he looks literally the same except smaller.
That's true.
So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, all right,
I didn't.
that's consistent.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest though. I didn't really notice.
I won't
I
give it.
didn't really notice that. But
I'm not
as
gonna give it-
story come-
I'm not gonna give it too much shit for that, because who knows? He could have developed his bad sight later.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you don't see a lot of like young kids with glasses, really. It's
But-
more when they're like.
But I
a
just
little
thought I might mention that.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. That's fair.
Things another second on the things I dislike. Cliffhanger ending, even though there probably won't be a second season. Actually, I wouldn't say there
There
probably
probably
won't be.
There probably
This is a
won't be, though.
this is a popular series.
That
It all
is
depends
true.
on how it does in Japan, which it probably
very
will
true.
do well.
I hope so.
But and then I put, there's no way that camera could have picked them up. Yeah, there's no way that camera could have picked
That's
them
fair.
up.
I mean, well, I think it probably could have, but it was unlikely.
Then I
They definitely. Well, they had to make it a bigger deal than it was, though.
They definitely couldn't confirm it was not. Though.
oh yeah,
Yeah, that's because
They could
first of
confirm it
all,
was Tina, but not. He looked
first of
very-
all,
very
his
different.
because his back was to the camera. He was like half behind a curtain, on like the 4th floor of a hotel in the background of the picture.
Now, what would have been clever and kind of funny is if he had bed hair that day, and it was like, this is his bed hair. This is how we know it's him.
That's true. That would have been hilarious. They take
And-
like a micro, like a magnifying glass, and just
Like
held
this
up
kid
a
is
picture.
notorious for having
Mhm.
bed hair.
Yeah, no, like the girl, like the teacher that found them in the picture, if she was like, "Who is this boy?" and is like walking around the school like holding up the picture to students, and then it sees him with a massive bed head, and it's like, "It's him," and it's like, no. That would have been hilarious. I would have laughed so hard if they'd done that.
Yeah. Next thing I put was the parents constantly thinking it's their fault for getting married. That is caused
Okay.
like someone
I
doesn't
can't.
show up to dinner. It's because they're against our marriage.
I mean, I can't give him any shit for that. That makes sense more or less to me. I understand that.
Like I can
Yeah.
understand at the beginning, but then
Yeah.
like
Later, yeah, later on,
You
I
know-
was like, okay, just get over yourselves, big guys. They're just like running away.
this woman in her 20s is moving out. It's because she's against the marriage, isn't it? No.
It's like, nope,
Like,
she
has
just
a full-time job and she's a full-grown human.
yeah, that was.
Let her leave.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Next I put some cringe moments. And
There
then
definitely
I
were
put included in the next thing I put is suppository bit, which I would put under cringe moments. But another cringe moment, but like I guess it was necessary for the plot. It's just I was like, oh, probably more like me suffering was whenever they were confronting Shu.
fair. Oh, and she just throws the water in his face.
Well, I just think
Yes.
that whole scene was just
Yeah.
Although listening to like the cafe people's commentary on that was hilarious. They were like, "Quick, make a poster, live, caught in the act drama."
oh,
I really like
don't
those.
worry.
I like the cat people.
Don't worry,
They're
I'll mention them in just a sec. But
okay.
I put
okay.
while I thought while I thought the Momo bit was not bad, it was underexplored. So we already talked about that. And then I put shit ton of people knew what was going on,
True.
which is where those cafe people come in. Which they added like nice comedy to this series, but like they're keeping this super secret thing under wraps. But we're just gonna tell these people working at a cafe.
Yeah,
I mean-
but it seemed like he was pretty close to that cafe people from the
I
very
mean,
beginning.
Yeah.
he was close with Fumiya.
And he was close
and
with the
then-
man.
Yeah, but I mean, like because Fumiya worked there, like he went there like every day. So like if you go to a place every day, like you're gonna get close to the people there. So I thought I didn't have a problem with that.
I didn't have a problem either with that.
I did think it was hilarious that they added in a Yakuza member. I just
I
like
love that so
that
much.
just like a
A
token
gay
token
Yakuza
gang
member.
Yeah, the fact that he was gay was just like, I mean, that's kind of funny.
You know, one thing I didn't expect and was totally a bro moment was whenever Fumiya and Natsuo were walking, and then it's like, oh, that's the chick having the affair, and it's Hina. I'm like, oh, I
I think-
legitimately didn't think it was gonna be her,
No, neither did I.
I thought that,
but I wasn't
yeah, no,
surprised. I wasn't
yeah.
surprised, but I was like, oh,
yeah, no, I thought that was kind of whack. But well, I was fine with that.
so you guys have any likes or dislikes that you'd like to mention before we?
Yeah, I mean, just
Yeah.
just like a quick couple things that I liked. I liked that the show was not as stressful as I thought it was going to be,
Oh, me too.
and I liked how they added some light comedy throughout the show. I
Oh,
really
yeah.
like that they did that because I am a fan of comedy anime, and I'm glad that they just like instead of making it all serious and all romance and all like creepy, they just have like just random like jokes, just random shit that happens. It's just like even if it's not supposed to be funny, I laughed a couple times.
Yeah.
I think I laughed probably once an episode.
I expected this show to take itself way too seriously and
Yeah, me
just
too,
like
and
be
then-
non-stop drama, no comedy to lighten the drama that's being shoveled down your throat.
But then they just had people saying just like randomly sarcastic shit, and I was like, that's hilarious. I
Yeah.
really love this. Really, just say like the most sarcastic shit, and then Natsu's commenting on what like the other people were doing. Like
And-
when he would like get drunk, Natsu would just be like, "Oh shit, she's at it again."
And I would love whenever Dewey would do her jealous little smug face. That was adorable.
I
True.
like that too.
That was pretty cute. I big liked when she did that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Like-
not gonna lie.
Oh, and the funny part, even though when you think about it, it's kind of it's whenever they go to Fumiya's house and the mom's like, "Is this your older sister or younger sister?" And that part was kind of funny. Like
That part was
I
funny.
chuckled at that.
I chuckled at that part too.
She does her little smug face. He's like, "Boku no imoto."
Yeah, I mean, no, overall, I say I like the show. You know, I think I'm gonna change it from a 6 to a 7. I think it deserves a 7.
Yeah,
Thinking back on it, I think I enjoyed it enough that it can warrant a 7.
Yeah, enjoyability, I give it a 7, but like objectively, I give it a 6.
See, the ending pissed me off a lot at the time, and then it pissed me off. I was like, 6.
So
But now, 7.
So I'm gonna go through what I did when rating it. So whenever I finished it, I gave it an 8. And then, I talked a little bit with these guys and I realized, and that ending bugged me a lot. And, I'm like, I don't think I can give it an 8 with this ending. But then I tried to sleep that night and I just couldn't stop thinking about the show. Like, this show was like a little bit of a show hole. It's not gonna be that bad of a show hole, but like I really liked the show, and I just, even if it's not objectively an 8, my enjoyment of the show was enough to bump it up to an 8. So I gave
That's
it an
fair.
8.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. That's fair.
Yeah, I give you that's a fair assessment.
So, I get it's not objectively an 8, but like I just couldn't stop
So-
thinking about it for the rest of the day.
Subjectively. Like it's honestly a good show. Like I will probably rewatch it at some point.
Yeah, and I might consider reading the manga. Might. I don't.
I mean,
The
I know-
manga
I know
might be
that.
more sketch, and I don't want it. The manga. I don't want the story to be more sketch.
That's definitely fair.
Also, there's a funny YouTube video of Giguk. He ate a ghost pepper and then said the synopsis of gave a summary of the show, like up to episode 11, and it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I was going to play it like before, like when we were doing the overview, like just so the
yeah.
listeners could get a sense of like the summary, but I decided it's because there's too many parts of him writhing in pain. Like, this is too long.
That's fair. That's fair.
But definitely check it out. Giguk. If you just type in Giguk domestic girlfriend, just look for it. Don't do his like video essay on it because then you're just gonna hear him shitting on it. Just watch him do the summary. So yeah, with that, I have quite a large amount of recommendations this time around.
All of your shoujo eyes.
No, none of them actually.
Oh.
Wow.
I was sick. I might watch them then.
So the recommendations I put, number one, absolutely number one is Kuzu no Honkai, also known as Scum's Wish, which is it dives the aspects of him not being able to be with the person he loves, so he just tries to find love elsewhere just to forget about it. Like that, those aspects are explored. I think Kuzu no Honkai it's a much darker show, but it's like the better show because it just goes straight into its dark things, and it's not like going for memes. It's going to tell a serious story.
Fair.
I also put F A Tale of Memories because of because there is sex in that show and there is love triangles in that show. So, and I like F A Tale of Memories. I also put Rumbling Hearts because love triangle, and it's a more mature romance show. Like I think Domestic Girlfriend is more mature than your typical high school romance.
I would agree. I would agree with that.
Yeah, yeah.
I put Golden Time, but that's probably more for like because it's a love triangle and because it takes place in college, it's just slightly more mature. Even though there's one of the shows I put on here, it's a lot more mature and takes place in college. Next one I put is Haganai, or I don't have any friends, or Boku Dakegai not. No, I just said the name for erased. Whatever. I don't remember the Japanese name right now. But it's because it's a good harem anime.
Those are hard to come by.
Yeah, like it's one that I enjoy. Then I put B got to HK because I think some of the relationship building and some of the diving into some of the like the more serious parts, not the comedy parts, can be somewhat relatable. This one might if Colin might hear this one and be like, "What?" But this all right, this show is much more wholesome. Like it's nowhere near it's not sketch at all. I put Tsuki ga Kire because
Really?
yeah, well, because it's a really good unique type of romance. The main character is a novelist. And the ending is reminiscent of Domestic Girlfriend, except it's much better of an ending because it's actually a complete ending.
Conclusive.
Yeah, like
I see it. The novelist, it's mature, kind of. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
I see it.
like it's not the same show. It's much more wholesome, but like if you enjoyed Domestic Girlfriend, you'll definitely enjoy this.
Yeah, I see that actually.
Next I put I put White Album 2 because it's a love triangle anime. It's pretty damn unique. This is the anime that caused me to realize I really need to start evaluating or picking the girl who's probably going to win because this show is it's a much more serious type of love. It seems like it's gonna be just a generic romance or generic good romance, but it turns into like more that.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember Colin was not happy whenever he finished it.
No.
I also put Koi to Uso because love triangle. Also,
I
both
just
both
thought
both
that.
both share a very inconclusive ending. But
Yeah, that's why I dropped it.
I think Domestic Girlfriend is a much better show. But Koi to Uso, if it had the potential to be like one of my favorites, but I realized too late that there was no way it was gonna end in a way that would be satisfying. And then this one is kind of a reach. I put the Kyo OVA for that Clanad did, the Kyo Another World Kyo OVA because
All right, I see
because
it. I
the
see it.
love
I see it.
triangle and it's super heavily like out of control dramatic like most of this is coming because I read the route in the visual novel and that's like super like dramatic like and I think that chaotic drama is reminiscent of Domestic Girlfriend. And I put this has a maybe recommendation. I put maybe Honey and Clover because themes of chasing dreams and because it is a unique romance and I guess there's also love triangle. And it's a mature anime. So
Maybe.
that's what I've got.
Fair enough.
Do you have any similar shows that you can think of that I didn't list?
Similar. I definitely do, but I am drawing a blank right. But
And
I
then
definitely have.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'll just come out like I don't think I have any
And
shows
if I
that are.
find them, I'll put them in the description on the like we'll put them in the description on the YouTube. How about that?
Okay. All right.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't. I know there are definitely some I can't.
I mean, the only other like really romance show I can think of that is like even vaguely similar to this is Citrus. But
I
I also think
considered putting that.
but I don't know if I'd really recommend. I don't know if I can in good consciousness. Well,
Yeah, so just kind of shit.
I mean,
I think
I
if you
mean
liked Citrus, you'd like this. I wouldn't say if you like Domestic Girlfriend, you'd like
that's
this.
fair.
Yeah, but
That's
if you like
fair.
Stitch,
That's fair.
But if you like Citrus, I'm sure I could find you a ton of shows that you might like.
Fair enough.
Um, so yeah, that was a good discussion on Domestic Girlfriend.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
okay. Sorry I cut out for a couple minutes.
It's all good, man.
It's not your fault. The Wi-Fi is just absolutely awful where you are.
Yeah.
All right. So Carson, you wanna
Yeah.
do your
All
do
right.
your little thingy?
Yeah. So for the last episode, the challenge was to watch an anime that had its own that had music in it.
Like a music
theme
anime.
tag.
Yeah.
I failed.
Yeah, I also failed.
And I failed
it's-
as well. But the point of this challenge isn't to see if we succeed, it's for the listener.
Yeah,
Mm.
exactly.
Did you succeed? Please tweet at OT Anime Podcast on Twitter or comment in the YouTube comments down below if you're watching on YouTube, that is, if you did.
Yeah,
and
that
I
would be
will
helpful, actually.
and I will give you a shout out on the next episode if you do that.
So yeah, I don't know. I think I might start watching more anime again. I've been in a big not watching anime slump. But for the next episode, this is to partially encourage me to watch another show is to watch an anime. Next week's challenge is to watch an anime from before 2010. Because 2008 around that time, that was a good time for anime.
Really was.
Like from
It really
2005 to 2010, there was like Monster, Death Note, there was Code Geass, there was Clan Ad, there was Haruhi Suzumiya, there was Toradora. There was so much,
Yeah,
so much
a
good
lot.
stuff.
And then if you go before like 2005, then you have like your Cowboy Bebop, your Trigun,
Yeah,
your,
like 1995 to 2000, yeah. Your
you
Eva.
had, you had all of your big classics.
His and Her Circumstances. I could just keep going, but
But yeah, let's just try to gain that appreciation for that older style of animation that you see before 2010. I personally, I will acknowledge it is an acquired taste. I really enjoy it. I'll go through, like spans of, really, really liking that older looking style of animation, and then it's like, yeah, sometimes I do want to watch a newer looking show, but hopefully, any people that are listening to this have been watching newer shows, and take a step back and try to analyze the roots of what you're watching. Look back to
Watch on the class.
exactly
and
watch classic.
if you go late 2000s, it's not gonna look much different. It's just
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
not gonna be as honestly. The
gonna be
shows
like
back
the
then are not
1980s.
as generic. The shows back then were I think were more like had better production behind them because anime wasn't pumping out 40 shows a season. They were pumping out like maybe 20. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
A lot more
just the-
resources dived into each
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, there's just something to be said about watching something that has that more sort of dedication to it. So yeah, that is the challenge for the next episode, and y'all may or may not have a long time to do that.
Yeah, so yes, speaking of that, the the date that we have scheduled for the next podcast, we're gonna stream it on May 18th, but we might change that because, as you may know, it's May, which means school is coming to a close. And us three, we are seniors in high school, so we are as the school year is coming to a close, we are just swamped with just shit we have to do.
I
So
personally have 9 overdue assignments right now.
I have a paper that was due last week that I have 0 words for.
so
So bad.
it might be it's possible that we can do that 18th, but we might have to push the next episode to either some beginning of June-ish. So, or
Yeah.
sometime in June.
Yeah, because I thought you were gonna say later that week, and I was like,
No,
I'm graduating 2 days after that.
no.
There's no way I'm gonna be able to do anything that
No.
week.
Yeah.
So,
Because between that and finals,
so if you don't see a podcast come out within a week after May 18th, then just
we'll check the Twitter.
I will make a tweet, but if you don't want to check the Twitter, just expect that it's because we're going on a delay. And maybe, if Carson can't make it, Colin and I just might do an episode, just us two. So we'll just see how it goes. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up in case you're like, oh, where's the podcast? When summer hits, we're hopefully going to try to get more consistent. And we were talking earlier about maybe doing weekly rather than like
bi-weekly.
Yeah. Bi-weekly is twice a week.
Oh.
No,
bi-weekly is every other week.
Is it?
Like,
it
yeah,
can be
every 2
taken.
weeks.
It can be taken any
Twice.
It's all about context.
Rather than twice a month.
Yeah.
Have one every week.
4 months.
But we'll see. And we'll keep you updated on that as we discuss it more. So yeah, this was episode 8 of the Otaku Talk Anime Podcast, and we talked about anime that we wanted to see receive a little bit of either uncensored content or just straight up hentai, like official hentai for. And then we talked about the anime Domestic Girlfriend, or Domestic Nakanojo. And next episode, we're going to talk. I made the topic favorite anime intros. I think we're each going to make.
I sure hope.
I think I'm going to have us three, like, we're going to make our own top 10s and then share them. And the show, I
sure hope that.
Sure hope that what?
You go. I was gonna say I sure hope that Shinsekai Yuri ED1 counts.
I sure hope.
I mean, Shinsekai
Yuri
Yuri
stream counts for all of them.
Shinsekai Yuri doesn't have an intro, so technically the outro is the intro.
That's why I say that's my take on it.
So we'll be that, and the show that I put is Bloom Into You, but that might change. I don't know. I only put that in because Carson said he wanted a Yuri, and I read the manga for that and like it.
Wait, did I say it?
Yeah, I put this in like in February, so it was a while ago.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
So
I'll trust you.
Don't worry, it's not citrus.
Is 1980 airplane instruction video manuals.
Airplane instruction manual?
Airplane instruction videos are my favorite intros.
Oh, interesting.
Already.
All right, so if you like the podcast, want to support it, you can support if you want. Head to anchor.fm/Otaku Talk, which you can find links to all of the different platforms we're on. iTunes, we're on Spotify, we're on Google Play. You know, you can leave us ratings on iTunes. We have 5 stars because there is one nice person out there that I love very much for doing that. You know who you are. You didn't leave a comment, but that's okay, because I still acknowledge that you exist. I just don't know your name. Thank you. Go to iTunes. You know, subscribe on iTunes. That way, whenever we do post episodes, it'll send you a little notification on your phone, like, oh, there's a new episode. Like, I like seeing
hit
that.
the bell on it on YouTube. Hit
Yeah.
the bell.
Subscribe to us on YouTube. If you just search up Otaku Talk Anime Podcast on YouTube, I upload the VODs directly. I still have to upload episode 7s because I kind of had to edit it a little bit because this not because of like what we said, just because the stream cut out at one point because my internet was bad that night. So
Yeah.
I'll get around. I kind of want to upload it because Promise Neverland is a hot show, so I feel like that will get us views.
True.
And if you're listening like on somewhere not Twitch, which you're probably not listening on Twitch, we do stream the recording sessions live on twitch.tv/Otaku Talk Anime Podcast. And yes, that is it. Once again, follow us on Twitter at OT Anime Podcast. Yes, what?
Oh no, nothing. The Wi-Fi went down again.
Oh. So, yeah, thank you all for watching, or for listening, rather. Well, I guess you could be watching on.
No, you could be watching with your ears. It's the same. It's the same difference.
So.
But anyways, thank you for participating.
Oh, his internet did
anyway,
die.
You are.
Rip Colin.
Oh well, it's over.
All right. Oh, is he back to say goodbye? Oh.
No.
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 All right. All
right. Well, thank you, folks, for watching. We will be back at some point in the future.
At some point in time.
Thank you for. Yes. Thank you for listening.
We love
participating,
you.
However you are.
And see you guys next time. Johnny.
See you.
Adios.
ああ君にだけわがままになってゆく